Oh, hey guys, I just thought I'd put a little thing up to just sort of talk about something that I'm thinking about these days. This is a Telecaster. It's a custom shop no-caster from the year 2000. I love this guitar. I made it what I called my Ted Green tribute guitar. I put some humbucking pickups and some fancy switching in it. I had always imagined this guitar being tuned down like it is now. But then I played around for a while, bringing it back up to standard pitch. One of the reasons is that I was teaching so much, making videos for my students, that the low tuning would sometimes, or almost always, confuse my students because they weren't tuning down themselves, most of them. And so I kind of stopped doing that, but I really miss it, and so I'm going to do it again. This guitar, I think, is going to stay down in this pitch at D flat standard or C sharp standard. Basically, the guitar is tuned 3 frets lower than normal, or a minor third. So that chord looks like an E chord. It sounds like a C sharp major chord or a D flat. I tend to say D flat major because I'm tuning it down. Anyway, so that's the guitar. I put 14, 18, 24, 38, 48, 60 round wound strings with a plain 24G. So that's quite low, but it is tuned down and it feels about the same as my 12 to 54 set when it's tuned up to pitch. So anyway, that's the guitar. And then on another note, I have a Patreon page and I have a Truefire channel, both of which are subscription. And I'm putting up something new this week on both of those channels. By the way, both channels these days have most of the same material. I just like to have 2 different options for a venue that you might prefer. If you're a Truefire person, then I would recommend the Truefire channel. If you prefer Patreon, then you can check that one out too. The Truefire channel has a little bit larger archive of older things, but recently both channels are getting the same new material. Something to keep in mind. Okay, so this is what I'm going to put on those new channels. I'm going to put up a lesson and a video in standard tuning for this tune, If I Only Had a Brain. Now, about 5 or 6 years ago, I made a recording of If I Only Had a Brain with an Epiphone Broadway, great old archtop guitar. And many people have asked me if I would write that one up and do a lesson on it. So finally I'm going to get around to it, although in the meantime, since I made it, I've had some different ideas about the tune, so I'm going to make a kind of a new arrangement and write that up and do a lesson on it. And it'll be something like this. probably not maybe that complicated, but it'll be something along the lines of a nice little arrangement for the tune If I Only Had a Brain. Standard tuning, much more simple than that. Anyway, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I know that's not much of a big thing these days, but it's a big thing for me, and I would love it if you would subscribe, but particularly if you tend to tune in and watch these things. And also check out my Patreon and Truefire channels. One or the other is fine. And follow me on here and Instagram and all that other good stuff. Okay, thanks, everybody.